Hello and welcome to another episode of Tribunals Agree, where we talk about all things Power Rangers, including the actors that play them. My name is Brandon.
My name is Lena.
And my name is Will.
And today we will be talking about a little discussion that Emily from Hasbro had when she was interviewed, talking about, some Power Rangers stuff, things that we probably already know, but we just want to go ahead and cover that real fast. And also, we will be talking about episode 2 of Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. I also realized, guys, we did not finish Dino Fury. We did it. We did not finish Dino Fury. I think we stopped at like episode 17 or something like that. Yeah.
Wait, we never finished Dino Fury?
No, we did not finish it. We stopped at, I think, like it was episode 17. We didn't stop. We didn't finish it.
How do you mean we didn't finish it?
We didn't finish it. We didn't finish talking about the show.
Oh, talking about Dino Fury. Oh, I'm getting confused with Cosmic Fury.
No, honey. We just started Cosmic Fury.
I'm so confused.
I could hear the confusion in your voice. I was like, wait a minute, what are you talking about?
Oh my god.
That's crazy. I could have sworn we talked about that.
No, we never finished it. Yeah, because as I was going through the episodes this past week, I noticed it. I was like, wait a minute, we never finished. And it was so funny because I meant to actually hit y'all up and tell you, but then I got sidetracked with work, so I was like, I can't. But no, yeah, we never finished.
That's wild.
Yeah, so if you already have been watching, right? if you've been listening this far, I mean, I'm pretty sure y'all already finished. So, I mean, unless you want us to go back and give our opinions to Dino Fury, we can. But yeah, so we're just gonna be talking about episode 2 of Cosmic Fury. And yeah, if you have been listening with us and rocking with us all this time, thank you so much for that. We really appreciate it. And if you're new here, I just want to let you know, welcome. And thank you for tuning in on our episode tonight. I did see that a lot of people really did enjoy our last episode, the ranking of the Yellow Rangers. A lot of people did enjoy that episode. So shouts out to Violet because
right? I was just about to say this. She cracked me up. It was okay. I'll let you talk about it. Oh,
no, go for it. What did you like about it?
Oh my god. So for those of you who doesn't follow Violet Ranger, you should, first of all.
She's amazing.
She's amazing.
She's great.
So secondly, I don't know how she did it, but she took our clip and added closed caption to it, but not any closed caption. She added what we said, but she added the in between. Oh my god. She cracked me. I actually screen recorded just so I can keep watching it.
And what makes it so funny, the one thing I loved the most about it was the fact that she color coded it. So each color it represented each one of us. I'm yellow, Lena's pink, and Will is black. Well, I mean, yes, in real life, and also the color black. But and it was just oh snap! She went through real work to do this. This is crazy.
Right.
I love it.
What we said, and then in between, there was one where she was Lena laughs evilly or something like that, and then Will in disbelief.
Right. Oh, it was great. I was just great. That's great. She's awesome. She's awesome for that.
Oh,
Speaking of, by the way, too, she also made her own list. And I just find her list is hilarious to me.
She did.
She definitely did. I mean, listen, her list is very almost akin to ours. Some people definitely was a little bit higher than I would that I would like, mainly because, some people I can understand she really likes certain types of characters. So I was like, you know what? I live. It's okay. But I also enjoyed her list too. I'm looking at it now. She has Calvin at 20, Emily at 19, Kira at 18. I 100% agree. Maya at 17, Gia at 16, Zoe at 15, Ronnie at 14, Kelsey at 13, Aisha at 12, Z at 11, Ashley at 10, Katie at 9, Man at 8, Taylor at 7, Chip at 6, Summer at 5, Tanya at 4, Dustin at 3, Lily at 2. I do not agree with, but whatever. And Trini at 1. So I'm like, you know what? I'm with it. I'm with it. Her list was cute. I was like, all right, all right. But that just made me feel like if people are enjoying, are enjoying these, I do think we should keep doing it. Like, I mean, not all the time, obviously. Like, this shouldn't be like an every episode, every week episode.
I mean, we
but
can do it every other episode. There is a series of rangers to get through. We've done pink, we've done yellow. Now we got like, the others.
The others. Those other guys.
Right, the other guys.
And it's funny because we did pink, we did yellow, but we also did black and green as well. And because that's one of my favorite episodes, by the way, because we just completely ragged on Carlos. And that's the one thing that I can only remember from that episode is just how badly we dragged Carlos. Like, I mean, that's just great. That's great.
Honestly, Carlos deserved to be dragged. Like, he didn't do anything not to be dragged. So, sir, unless you want to redeem yourself,
but
he's just gonna run away again.
That's the thing. He's always gonna quit, no matter what. Like, he's just always gonna quit.
At this point, it is what it is.
It is what it is. And I mean, like, I just find it funny when the Super Mega Force team, like, when they had the big battle, the quote unquote legendary battle. I really wish that somebody had just had Turbo Green, because that was probably the robot green one from that specific episode. So I just wish that they just probably had like Turbo Ranger Green, and then also had the Black Space Ranger. Both of them just be like, I give up, and they're just sitting on the sidelines beside each other, like pouting while everybody else is fighting. I really wish they did that, because that would have been such continuity. Like, yes, because both of them would give up. Like, both of them be like, oh, it's hopeless. It's just so many people. It's just so many of these foot soldiers. We're not going to win.
We can't do it.
We can't do it.
We're not built for this. Like, we're not built for this. Like, we weren't trained for this. We didn't prepare for this. Oh my God, the list goes on.
Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, it would be bananas. But of course, they would never do that because, I mean, obviously. But, when I think of this show, especially just in general, the one thing I really do wish that they did do was keep the continuity of each character. I mean, they did do that sometimes, but in specific instances like that, I would have loved to have seen just random weird things like that, just random weird quirks of just like random characters just doing the most obvious thing that their character would do. That's just one thing that I just wished would happen. But of course, I mean, obviously, like, they're not going to do that, because most of these people aren't even writing for the show anymore. So they're not going to like even try to bring in that kind of information. But I just kind of wish in my own brain's continuity, wish certain things like that would happen. But anyway, so yes, let's just go ahead and continue on with the episode. So like I said, we will be talking about the little conversation that happened. Super Sorrel interviewed Emily and Lenny from Hasbro. And basically, it was a nice little interview. They were talking about pretty much all the Hasbro brands. G.I. Joe, Transformers, all of them, right? And we're only talking about the one that matters, which is Power Rangers. And basically, Emily had basically this to say. She basically said that Hasbro is taking a little bit of time off from doing Power Ranger toys, and that basically, I'm just, summarizing it, but basically saying that they're going to be basically taking time off, but also they'll update us with the future of the brand at a later time.
Mm-hmm.
This is all information we already knew, obviously. I mean, last year, as a matter of fact, I forget the guy's name, but he was basically always putting out information about the toys, about Hasbro toys. And he basically broke the news that Hasbro was going to stop doing toys anyway in 2024. Yeah, that happened already. Are you surprised? Did you not remember this?
Hasbro's a toy company is gonna stop making toys.
Power Ranger toys.
Oh, I'm like,
oh my goodness. What? I swear. Now, mind you, guys, we are, for context purposes, we are recording at 11 o'clock at night. So I think that for my East Coast people on the other side, I genuinely think that they are a little sleepy. So we're gonna try to get right through this. But they're not stopping making toys, but they did decide that they were gonna stop making Power Ranger toys. And yeah, so it's just one of those things where it's just like we already knew this information.
Right. And it's like you're not adding anything new to the table. And then on top of all of that, I feel like low key is their way of like trying to reboot everything.
yeah,
Right. Right.
I feel like they could have released some toys for Cosmic Fury. I mean, the fact that they still went through with having a show on Netflix, it would make sense if like a cross promotional thing. Like if people see toys for the season, I'm not sure if it would mention Netflix, maybe. Then more people would have tuned in. It just makes sense, but you would think
yes.
like if there's any money to be made that they would try to make it. But
yeah, absolutely. I mean, and then also too, let's not forget as well. The show did actually do very well, despite not having any promotional stuff in terms of like toys and stuff like that. It still actually did do very well. In terms of its success on Netflix and its ranking and everything, it did do pretty good. So, just in terms of just word of mouth and stuff like that. So there definitely is. I hope that Hasbro does see this and actually realize that, hey, there is a market for Power Rangers. Power Ranger fans still do want this show. I mean, it shows. It was, number 6 on Netflix? You know what I'm saying? So it did do pretty well. It was in the top 10. Mm-hmm. So it did do well. So that's why I'm just like, and then also Once and Always, same thing. Once and Always also did well as well when it was out. So it also charted top 10. So that's why I'm just like, Hasbro, if you know like I know, you would pimp it out. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you would be like, this is my baby, you feel me? But also at the same time, once again, we also have to realize as well, Hasbro has other big franchises under its belt that Power Rangers just has not gotten to that level yet. Like Transformers is always going to be their bread and butter. Between Transformers and D&D, which honestly hasn't been doing well, unfortunately. But still, those are their big breadwinners. So it's like Power Rangers just hadn't gotten there yet. And that's okay. That's okay. I mean, for 30 years, we've been slowly but surely trying to dig out that MMPR hole, and for some odd reason, we just can't. So maybe the reboot might help. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But I say all of that to say that with this whole, basically, with what she was saying, as I said before, it's already information that we already knew. And also, if you take a look at what's actually going on in the real world, it makes perfect sense that they're stepping away because Hasbro is having so many layoffs right now. Like so many people are losing their jobs and they're literally downsizing, downsizing departments, and all this stuff. And then also, didn't they just get finished selling E1? So, like they're trying to do things in house and they're trying to like redo some things and shutting down old websites that nobody was using, which people are surprised about. Like, it's just stuff like that I'm just like, y'all, fans take every little change that happens and just automatically go, oh my goodness, they just deleted this. Oh no, that means it's over. No, it doesn't. It really doesn't mean that, y'all. Like, it just doesn't. Especially if they're talking about rebranding the brand. Why do they still want to have old Mighty Morphin Power Rangers stuff, like old Power Rangers stuff from the other 30 years? If they're talking about rebranding the whole show, obviously they're going to want to have what the current stuff going forward, if they decide they want to do it in the future, which I really do think they will. So just chill out, y'all. Like, it's not that deep. But of course, like the fandom do, when Emily said what she said, people blew it up, and now Twitter was filled with, "Oh, the brand is dying," and I'm just like, "Oh God." So yeah, just wanted to go ahead and bring that to y'all's attention. Do y'all really? First of all, let me just go ahead and ask this. I was trying to figure out a way to ask this question, but I'm just gonna go ahead and ask it straight out. Y'all think the brand gonna die?
No, no, absolutely not. I definitely don't think it's gonna die. As far the farthest from dying, if anything. I think this is just a great time for everyone to step back and reevaluate the next step, the next phase. But I don't see it dying.
No, like I've said this before. They put down too much money to just not do anything with it, and then they've started the process of doing the reboot. So like there's still stuff in the works, even if they're stalled right now.
Right. I mean, it's honestly to a point where, for me personally, and I've preached this before, I've said this before many times, but you have to, in order to move on with something, and in order to basically say, hey, especially if you're trying to rebrand something, this is just branding 101. Most times when people are trying to rebrand something, especially when they're trying to present it to a brand new audience, keeping it tied and tethered to the previous thing is never a good idea, especially when you're trying to separate yourself from it and create your own brand new thing. Keeping 30 years of all this lore from Power Rangers of yesteryear and trying to usher in a brand new era, a brand new understanding, a brand new version of Power Rangers. Trying to hold on to 30 years of all that information is not smart. It's just not. Like, I'm sorry to tell you, it's not smart. And if you're going to try to basically make your own version of it, make a brand new thing of it, and try to position the show in a different way, especially for a brand new audience, you have to strip it down to its bare bones. And I know that fans aren't going to like that. Like they're just not. Fans are going to hate that. They are going to rebel against it. They will fight against it because they're like, you're trying to take away my Jason, Zach, Trini, Billy, Kimberly, and Tommy. But it's just like you can't keep this stuff. I mean, especially if you're trying to usher in a brand new thing. Like you can't keep the same lore anymore. I understand that it's one of those things where it's like, well, it's not fair or whatever have you. But on the same token, it's like, you can't say, well, I want to keep this, but also we have to stay straight away from Mighty Morphin. You do realize that whenever someone sees this, they're instantly going to think of Mighty Morphin. So you're always going to have Mighty Morphin's shadow even with the newest thing that they decided to put out, right? Even with the newest thing, there's still going to be a overcast of Mighty Morphin still kind of hovering over whatever new era of Power Rangers that Hasbro decides to bring out. So instead of just constantly just trying to beat over everybody's head of, I want Mighty Morphin, try to be at least a little open and a little malleable to accepting whatever new thing that they come out with. It's okay to be apprehensive. It's okay to be fearful. It's okay to be like, I don't know if this shit is going to work. That's fine. That's fine. We all feel like that. But at the end of the day, to literally just be on some like, this shit is going to be bad or whatever, or the brand is dead, it's over. It's like, come on, y'all. Like, it's not that. First of all, it's not that deep, and secondly, like, even like we already kind of figured that 2024 there would be no Power Rangers. We already kind of figured that anyway last year. So 2025 more than likely is when we'll probably start hearing any news about Power Rangers, and that's okay. Maybe that'll give people breaks to go out and touch grass. Maybe, like maybe some people will go out and maybe travel, watch something new. Boom Boonger, the Tire Face Rangers, they're coming out. Like maybe that might give you guys something to go look at in the meantime. Like, just basically what I'm saying is just take a break, take a breather, relax, do something new. Listen to our podcast, do something else. But this whole like, all this, oh, woe is me, it's over. Like all that stuff it's so last year. It's so 2023. We're in 2024. Like let's move on. Speaking of moving on, we're gonna go right into episode 2 of Power Rangers Cosmic Fury. Now, when we left off on Cosmic Fury last week, we did talk about how, before I go on, my apologies, I was actually incorrect. We did finish Dino Fury, which I do not remember. I do not remember us finishing that show.
This is what happens when we try to record so late.
No, seriously. I'm like, oh shit, we did finish it. Thank you, Will, because I'm like, that's fucking crazy. We did.
Yeah, I knew I remember doing that.
I was a little confused because I was like, I could have sworn we did it, but then at the same time, I'm like, I don't even know what I'm talking about half the time. So who knows?
Girl, and honestly, I would have to go back and listen to that episode because I genuinely do not remember us talking about the end of Dino Fury at all. I'm about to say Cosmic Fury. The end of Dino Fury. Like, I don't remember it.
Oh my God. Oh, that is great. This is great.
Like, I am like George Bush over here. That's not George Bush. Who the hell? Never mind. Moving on. That joke was gonna fall flat. Anyway, so
it absolutely did.
You know what? I didn't ask you to agree with me. Hold on now. Pause. I didn't ask you to agree. So mind your business and let me cook, okay? Like, don't try me. Anyway.
Oh my God. Okay.
Don't try me.
This is
Okay,
delicious.
we about to be like Megan and Nikki over here. Don't try me. Like,
Oh my god. Let's not bring those two into this, okay? No.
okay. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Now all of a sudden we're gonna have like stands now being like, screw that damn podcast. Not them bringing them my favorites into this. Like I'm just playing. But anyway, so episode 2 of Cosmic Fury. So we open up with Javi basically getting his arm retrofitted. Well, his robotic arm retrofitted for his body, because remember he just lost his arm in a previous episode. And basically Solon comes in with his favorite drink. Apparently he likes hot cocoa with 90% of it marshmallows. Like, I'm just like, hey,
That's
bruh,
not a drink,
like,
sir, but okay.
you're basically drinking marshmallows. Like, what the fuck?
More like eating marshmallows, but okay.
I mean, seriously, like it's like all this is marshmallows, and literally you just have like the cocoa on the bottom. Like,
Oh my god, like low key is like tell me your kiss show without telling me your kiss show.
right?
Like that's what it's seriously saying. A
I'm
small
like,
reminder that it's still a child's TV show.
no, seriously, I'm like, this dude needs something. He needs something strong. Give that man some gin, okay?
He needs to he needs to take in the fact that this whole arm is gone.
Facts. I'm gonna tell you right now, this man needs to not only take in the fact that he lost his arm, but he needs to be a heavy drinker right now. I need my guy to literally have like a whole pint of Crown Royal and just taking mad shots right now. Like, preferably Crown Royal Apple, my drink of choice. You feel me? Like, just drinking.
Like, honestly, the way he's handling his missing arm, it's like way better than I would have handled it. Like, it's
hell yeah.
He is so graceful with it. He's so graceful with it. That's all I got to say. Like, he's not even angry. He's slightly upset, but like slightly is such an understatement considering like you lost a whole ass arm.
You lost a whole arm. And my thing is also too, like, it's his right arm. It's his dominant. And I'm like, no shade, but like this, I'm gonna be a little adult real quick. That's his dominant hand. And we all know what most of us do with our dominant hands. Like, this dude can't even pleasure himself. What he gonna do? Like, he has he doesn't even have an arm.
I mean, like, to be fair with you, Brennan, he's a looker. He doesn't need to pleasure himself.
I mean, this is true because he is a rock star. However, on those lonely nights, what he gonna do with that damn metal hand?
I don't think he's gonna have a lonely night.
Oh God! Wow.
He gonna end up ripping that shit off, like, unless.
Well, you know what? We do know that by the end he has mastered the pressure of his hand. So I'm sure he'll be fine. It might be a little rough, but I'm sure he can figure it out.
That mug is gonna shift into turbo on his meat.
Oh no, not him shifting to turbo on his meat. Goodness, guys, goodness.
Oh no, let's get back on.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, so this man is getting his marshmallow drink, and then he do what?
Oh God, I'm sorry. Okay. Back on track. So yes, so he's getting retrofitted, and he's basically talking to Billy and being like, I just want my arm back, bro. And they're just like, basically saying like, I mean, you short, so this life is gonna be different. You gotta do the best you can. Which
honestly, like those are not words of encouragement. That's all I got to say.
I mean, but they did try to encourage him. What was that?
Yeah. It's the cold, hard reality of the situation, though.
No, for real. Like it really is. It's honestly really sad because like I can't imagine having two perfectly good limbs at 1 minute and then losing it, and now you basically have to relearn how to do everything the next. You feel me? Like that right there, I think is such a
I mean,
crazy but cool lesson just in
I
general.
and you know what? And also the thing is too, like I will say this. At least he only lost just his arm because we all know that being a ranger is a lot of risk. And like and I go back to the comic series. Remember when like Grace's team lost? She lost her entire team because they
Yeah.
all went in there like literally not knowing what they're doing and just like was like tear apart and like blown up,
Yeah.
limbs torn. So really he had it easy. Not that I'm saying like he had it easy, but like it was just his arm. Like he didn't lose his life. He didn't lose anything else. He is alive, he's well, he's healthy, and you know, he gets to go home. So it
Yeah.
that's a lot. That's that he can say like that's you know, like that's a lot more than what the others did not get to do. So
Yeah. And I mean, honestly, too, and if we're being real about it, if we're being fair, um, I one thing I really do want to throw out there, and this is just on a serious note, I do honestly appreciate how the writers try to usher in different disabilities. And that's one thing that they have been doing, that the new writers have been doing. Well, not new writers, let me not say that, because they're definitely not new. But that's one thing that I've noticed that the writers have been doing with both Dino Fury and Cosmic Fury. Because remember, the what was that? What was the girl? The girl, was she like their
I
cousin or
forgot
something
her
like that?
name, but it's a cousin. Yeah.
Yeah. She was special needs, and now we have Hobby being only having one arm. So they're doing different things with disabilities, and I just love how they're doing that. They're not making them
Lily.
sympathetic. Lily, there we go. Um, they're not they're not making you go, oh, woe is me. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not that, even though it is fucked up. The man lost his arm, but he's not. He's very inspirational. He's not just sitting around sulking. Yes, he is processing, but he's not like, oh, it's over. My life is over. And he just does that whole lament thing for an entire season. He doesn't do that. Instead, he finds the strength within himself to press on and press through. And I do think that is very, because I do think that's very cool and very inspirational for anybody with a disability, just in general. Um, so I do want to tip my hat off to Becca Barnes and Arundel for even thinking of crafting that for the series, because I'm just like, Javi missing an arm, like that was like the last thing I remember us seeing the robotic arm for the first time and being like, wait, this man loses his arm? Like, what the heck? Like, what are they gonna do with this? And just the way that they handled it, to me, I think they handled it with so much care. I really do. I think they handled it with so much care, and they wanted you. They did a great job at making you feel bad for him, but not laboring on it. And not making it feel like this is a pity party type of situation, but also he is still a functioning person who can still function. Just life is a little different now. So, I definitely do appreciate them for actually trying to usher in different types of characters versus just giving us, just regular capable, Rangers over and over and over. Like, switch it up, switch the vibe up, like, what I'm saying? So I like that. I like that. But moving right along. So, like I said, Billy was just like, get over it. You saved us, so we're just gonna go ahead and make sure that we fix you up. And Javi is just over here like, listen, like I just want my arm back. It's some bullshit, but it is what it is. So then, we got Dr. Akana and Amelia. They come in. They're talking about Ollie. Ollie is knocked out, obviously, because he is basically still evil, but they don't know that yet. and they think that they can reverse whatever evil spell that that Lord Zed has over him when that monster jizzed all over Ollie, right?
Oh my goodness.
So, well, you know, basically Dr. O'Connell was basically like, listen, we don't know if this is going to work. You know, we can come up with the antidote, but it may or may not work. And they go ahead, Dr. O'Connor go ahead and jizz on him again. And, you know, we thinking maybe the neurotoxin is gonna rub off. We don't know yet because he didn't wake up. Then we flash forward to, wait a minute, that was Ion next. So Ion is talking to Mick. Mick is, you know, flying out to go look for Zato. And Ion is just out here like, listen, find my man, okay? Find my man. So, you know, Mick is like, don't worry, I will find him. It's all good. Mind you, Ion looked like he's about to go work at McDonald's. Like, I swear, his outfit, like his work uniform, cracks me up. Like, I don't know why his work uniform cracks me up so much, but it's just the funniest thing to me. It's very simple. All he's doing is wearing a white t-shirt and an apron, but I don't know, like it just really cracks me up. I don't know why. But anywho, so basically Izzy in Ranger form goes to go talk to her dad, and we see Jane and Jayborg. Now, I got a question, y'all. I understand that this is supposed to be a comedic situation, and you know they're trying to add a little bit of tension, but also make it comedic at the same time because we have our two comedic characters there. But since when did Park Dad become the city's civil defense coordinator? What?
Yeah,
the flying fuck?
That was interesting. I was thinking it probably has something to do with the original plans for the warden, because we found out originally he was going to be a cop.
Right.
So they probably still, even though they officially made it that he wasn't a cop, they probably still were in that mindset because he's a leader in the community as a park ranger.
As a park ranger. You are a park ranger, sir. Like, sir, what is this? Like, what are we talking about? Like, that just, I don't know. Like, I understand. Like you said, like, obviously they're trying to, you know, still keep the same characters from, you know, from before and just trying to give them different things to do and stuff like that. But I honestly would have just appreciated if they ushered in a new character, but also had Park Dad work with him in tandem. You know what I'm saying? Like work beside him so that there's like synergy. You know what I'm saying? Because I just don't believe that he's the civil defense coordinator for the city. Like I just don't believe that. Like, what qualifications does this man have being a whole park warden?
Brennan, obviously, in this world, he has all the certifications. Like, do you need to question it? Like, sir,
yes, I do need to question it.
We've been here before. Anything is possible.
Yes, I do need to question it because how in the hell are we going to give this man this position when he is a park warden?
Well,
he has done nothing
clearly
to deserve this role.
Clearly, being a park warden did something right for him, okay? He got promoted, okay? Let the man enjoy his promotion.
I will not let that man cook. I will not let him enjoy his promotion. I will not. Absolutely not. Because I'm still holding a grudge on him for treating Hobby so damn bad all this time. Like, nah.
Made up.
I don't care.
Apologize.
No,
True.
no, I'm not letting it go. I'm not. I refuse. I'm not letting it go. But regardless, but regardless, um, and also too, you mean to tell me even though Izzy is deepening her voice, he still couldn't tell that that's not her?
Or that is her.
Well, that is her. Yes. You mean to tell me he couldn't
Yeah.
tell?
I mean, that's a common superhero trope that
I mean,
usually.
yes, yes, but still, like, come on now. Even Dr. Akana did kind of be like, you sound familiar. You know what I'm saying? But she having a whole conversation, and you mean to tell me that man ain't one time been like, you sound
That's my
awfully
baby.
familiar. Like, right, like, you sound very familiar. Like, who are you? You know, like, not even once during this conversation. Like, and I mean, literally, she still sounds almost the same. Like, that's crazy. Like, you mean to tell me he didn't pick up on this at all? Like, not even a little bit, but you know, whatever, right? But you know, Jay Borg has the idea of basically being like, well, if Lord Zed does come, just lie and say we all vacation to Venus. Like,
That was crazy.
I'm like, y'all, really?
Yeah, that was interesting because throughout the scene, it seemed like Jane was just being like the straight man of the two, but then she said that, and it was kind of like, what?
Right. I'm just like, I mean, what Jane said made a lot of sense. She was just like, you know, like, let's hold like a video conference or whatever. Like, let's like post it on Buzz Blast. And it's like, okay, yes, alert the people. But I'm like, J Boy, you're supposed to be a whole android. You're supposed to be smart. Like,
I don't
that,
know.
that
I don't
joke
know if
about
that would have
Venus.
worked. I don't know how that would have worked because Zed has like mass forces, so not only would they check Venus, but they could check Earth at the same time.
At the same time, I'm just like, what are y'all talking about? Like, and like I said, I understand that it was meant to be a comedic thing, right? It was meant to be funny, but it was just like, I don't know. Like to me, that joke kind of fell flat. I'm not even gonna lie. Like it fell flat to me. I was like, this is one of the like rare times that Jane and Jay Borg are gonna be in the show. And that joke just fell so flat to me. I was like, damn, that sucks. Cause like you know me, I love me some Jane and Jay Borg, especially ever since they made that Ranger Hotline song. Like they won me over with that. I know Muggs didn't like that shit, and they tried to eat them up alive for that, but I don't care. I liked them. I thought they were cool, and yeah. So, but yeah. So, needless to say, I didn't too much enjoy them in this scene, but I thought it was kind of cute that Izzy almost slipped up and was like, I need to go pack. I mean, I'm sorry, I need to go handle ranger business, go to our base and all this stuff. And I was like, she almost slipped up. She almost did the thing. She almost snitched on herself. But yeah. And also, how the hell is Jay Borg actually enjoying this Flarkin cake? Can somebody tell me, like, does she have some kind of like taste receptors or something as an android?
You know, she's AI. Like, we already know AI has stepped into the world. They're doing all kinds of things, you know, like they be like running Earth right now. And I'm sure that there is something in her belly for her to be able to so-called eat it and enjoy it. Okay. Let the girl live, Brandon. Let the girl live.
All I'm saying is she gonna like actually be able to like process the Flarkin cake
No,
and like
I'm sure like they'll have to clean out her system. Like I would not put it
first
back.
of all, that would be disgusting. Like
I'm
just
pretty
pulling
sure
out like
clean out her system.
all I can see is just like them taking her to like some kind of like parts place or something for like those types of androids. and them just like putting them in like this tube or something, like inserting this tube inside of her, and it just like drained her of like all that random food that she ate. Like, I don't know why that just popped into my head. And I'm not saying it's gonna like stick it up her ass, but I'm just saying like just hook her up to it and just just drain her of like all the food she ate. Because I'm like, this is not the first time that we've seen Jay Borg eat. Like, Jay Borg has eaten several times on this show, and I'm just like,
the girl knows how to live.
Right.
You know what? I have
interesting.
an idea. I think because it's from Hartford Tech or whatever it's called, we know that not Mac was a humanoid android, and she's like more android than human, but I think there's still like human capabilities within her. So like
This is true.
taste and being able to enjoy food, I guess, is one of the things that she can do.
You know, and that's interesting. It's interesting that you brought that up. Also, the fact that we are all having a very hard time with these M names tonight. But it is funny that you brought that up because I definitely forgot that she was a Hartford creation too. I definitely forgot about that. So interesting. Interestingly enough, like, I do find it interesting that she's not as humanoidish as Mac was. Because Mac, they couldn't even tell that he wasn't a human being. Like, everybody was tricked and thought that he was human. Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, he really
didn't even know.
He was a whole ass human boy.
Right. Like, this mug was like the AI Pinocchio. Like, he just really thought that like he was out here like, I'm a real boy. And it's like, no, you're not. Like,
you're not.
You're a whole robot.
You're not. I really do wonder. I do genuinely wonder how he used to wash him.
I mean, listen. But he's still it's like
no, like, does he have parts down there?
The way that he was made was very human.
So you, Mr. Harvard, got to choose what size he is?
Say it again.
So you're saying Mr. Harvard got to choose what size Mac gets to be?
Yes. You saying that, I'm imagining like, I'll be generous. Let me give him this.
Right. This is going through like different penis sizes, and it's just like, let's be a little gracious here. I don't want him to be too big. You feel me? Like, I don't want him to be too crazy. But also, like, I feel like a smooth 7 is probably a good size, I think.
Oh my god. Not him. Oh my god.
He's over here really like, I can see it now. Like, he is going through like a whole list, like a whole like line of penises, and it's just like, which one actually looks like that would be more identical to me? Let's see. Like, I mean, I'm just like, what the heck? Like, I would love to have been in the room or at least been a part of that conversation. Because he probably did that with Spencer. Because Spencer knew the whole time too. So I can just only imagine like them being together and just being like, how should we design Mac? What do you think? You know, like, that's crazy to me. Damn, like, now I have to go back and watch freaking Operation Overdrive. And like, I don't know why. Like, I just feel like I need to go watch it again.
Can you do that? Ugh.
Now that I just said it out loud, no, I can't. But like, it's just a thought, you know? Like, I kind of feel like I want to now. But no, I don't. I really don't, actually. But yes, moving right along. So now we're at Lord Zed's Squilldrill Palace or whatever have you. And basically, Lord Zed is out here being upset because Doudrip, or whatever his name is, the dude who has skeeted on Ollie and made him evil again, basically was like, listen, I'm going to go out and fight the Rangers by myself. Screw you. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do it. and I'm also going to hijack Squillia's squid drill and get the job done. Lord Zed is like, oh no, this motherfucker ain't. He ain't about to sit here and take my shine away from me. And Lord Zed decides on his own little plan. He's like, you know what? If he defeats the Rangers, I'll just kill him and take the credit. But if he doesn't defeat the Rangers, I'll pick up where he left off and destroy them myself. So back at the ranch, you got Ollie. He's slowly waking up, and Ollie sees his mom's communicator, which I'm like, they gave his mama a communicator? That's interesting. But anyway,
I mean, she in on the operation.
This is true, but I don't know. Like, I just find that very interesting because, like, and I know I know this has nothing to do with MMPR, right? But even with remember when Rocky, Adam, and Aisha, when they came in, right? They've been to the command center multiple times. But each time they came to the command center, they had to be teleported in. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have access to that hole like that. You know what I'm saying? So I just find it very interesting that the Dino Fury Rangers are like, hey, you rock with us? Hey, you get a communicator. You can come on in our pad. We got you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
she's also an adult and a very valuable brain. So that could be a reason why.
Oh no, I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm just basically saying, like, I just find it very interesting that, like, they didn't just be on some, like, hey, we'll just teleport you when we need you kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Not really so much like, hey, you really a part of the team now. You feel me? Like, you so a part of the team that we're going to give you a communicator. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just, like, I don't know. Like, that's just like, that just really shows you just how integral of a team member that she is with the team. Like, you can tell, like, she's really a part of them now instead of, just being kind of like there. I do kind of wish, going back to Mighty Morphin, I do kind of wish that that the replacement Rangers got to do that. Like, they were able to teleport in once they found out who the Rangers were. Because, like, literally, they were risking their lives just like the Rangers were without having powers. So the whole entire time, like, when Putties would attack, they sitting here fighting to 541. You know what I'm saying? They sitting here fighting to the Power Rangers theme song right along with them. And they had no powers to protect them. Meanwhile, you had Tommy, Kimberly, and Billy. They can morph at any moment. And me and the other three, they're just like, oh, well, we get shot. So, like, they had no means of getting away. So, I don't know. Like, I just always found that to be very interesting that, like, they weren't, for them to have been the ones that were next in line, I just would have liked, I just would have liked for them to have been treated a little bit better. Give them a communicator. Make them honorary Rangers. You know what I'm saying? Give them a little access to the teleportation. They're trustworthy. They're good kids. That's all I'm saying. But then again, this is the same team where Tommy failed to recognize Aisha. When they found out that they were the replacements, he was like, Rocky, Adam. And Aisha's just like, isn't this incredible? I've been like, excuse me, but you didn't say my name. I'm here, bitch. But anyway, so Ollie wakes up, he sees his mom communicator and just goes batshit. Before he can grab it, Amelia notices it and grabs his arm. She is like, Lonnie, get the fuck out. Lonnie ran like the Dickens and she got her ass out of there.
Amelia is on a first name basis with her boyfriend's mama.
And I love it. I love it. I love that. Like, that's when you know what's up. Shit is real when somebody calls you by your first name. Whether you are a doctor or a parent or whomever, if someone calls you by your first name and the whole entire time it's Mr. Whomever, Dr. Whomever, but they call you by your first name, shit's real. You got to get the fuck out. Like you got to listen to whatever they saying. And sure enough, like she was like, Lonnie, get out. And like she ran too. She dipped the fuck out. So she locked the door. And Ali is like banging on the door like a freaking madman. Let me out. Let me out. Ah! And Amelia teleports out. So, of course, they're lamenting at the fact that the antidote didn't work. And Lonnie is just like, listen, it is what it is. Let's just focus on the things that we can help, and we can't focus on the things that we can't. Amelia's over here giving her best, like, but what about Ollie moment? But it's just like, whatever. Like, we can't do anything about it. So then we flash to our other favorite couple. Well, I'm not going to say our other favorite couple. I'm going to say the favorite couple because I still don't really care for Ollie and Amelia, but that's beside the point. So we're going to fast forward to our favorite couple, Fern and Izzy. So Izzy is packing up, ready to go to Oakdale. Fern comes up. She's like, so are you almost done with packing? Like, yeah, we're almost done. This, that, and the third. They're being all sweet and lovey. And Fern is like, so what's going on with the Ranger business stuff? Like, is everything good? She's like, oh yeah, everything's fine. Now, here's my thing, right? I get that you want to try to keep Ranger life separate from your relationship with the girlfriend. I get that. But your girlfriend knows that you a Power Ranger, sis. She knows.
So, I thought for that scene, she just didn't want to worry her.
But that's the thing. And I get that this is a classic trope, right? This is an obvious classic trope. But I hate when shows do stuff like this because my thing is, yes, you don't want to worry the person, but also at the same time, if you don't tell them the truth and something happens, you're going to worry them even more. And also, you're also going to be a liar to them. You're lying to them, basically. And you're robbing them of their ability to actually know the truth of what's going on and the severity of what's going on. Like, she could have easily just been like, hey, shit's about to get real. I'm going to try to keep it, try to, go to school, try to do my thing, but I don't know what the fuck is going to happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, she could have even been as vague as possible, but still to just outright say, oh, I don't know, like nothing's happening, everything's great, everything's fine. I don't know. Like, to me, that just, I don't know. Like, it just feels so, I just hate that. I genuinely do hate that she had to go, that she did all that. Like, just tell the girl. Like, she knows you're a Ranger. Just go ahead and tell her. I don't know. Like, that just really bothered me. And it's like, why are you lying to your girlfriend? Why are you lying? Why are you lying? But anywho, so obviously she goes to go pick up another bag, and Solon hits her up. She's like, hey girl, get to the base ASAP. You feel me? Because shit's about to go down. Izzy is like, I'm on my way. Fern is like, well, damn, that sure, like, I guess whatever's going on, that sure did ended fast. And she was like, I'm sorry, I gotta go. I'm really sorry. They did a little cute little, you know what I'm saying? They didn't do it on the lips, but she kissed on the cheek. And I was like, that's about as close of a real kiss as we gonna get.
In my notes, I put in caps, lesbian kiss.
Lesbian kiss!
Lesbian kiss.
Lesbian kiss.
We
love it.
You're gonna have people believe that's how lesbians really kiss.
Listen, I really do hope that people don't really believe that's how lesbians kiss for real. That will be terrible. Like, No, but like seriously, have you ever actually seen lesbians kiss for real?
They are like in it. They like,
yo, it's passionate.
it's passionate. Like it's like there, it's deep. It's like they're getting holes that
Yo,
you know existed.
no, for real. I'm like, oh, y'all getting in. Y'all are really trying to like share each other's energies type when y'all be
Right?
kissing.
Like they're like deep.
I mean, dude, it's like, oh, this is sensual. Okay, all right. Go lesbians. Woo! Hot. But anyway. Uh but anyway, so we're getting hot thinking about it. But I'm just playing. I'm totally not. But not if it was two guys from here. Then we were talking about something else. But anyway. But yes, so also too, in the scene, Fern also does a little, throwback to Power Rangers in Space, where she mentions Nasada.
Right.
I thought that was really cool. Not gonna lie. I thought that was dope. I was like, oh snap, Nasada. Oh, that's cool. Come on, world building. Can I also say at the same time too, I find this very interesting. Power Rangers just in general, Power Rangers Dino Fury, Power Rangers Cosmic Fury, Beast Morphers. These Hasbro seasons were doing a lot of world building just in general. Like I've noticed that the later seasons, especially like the Hasbro era, Dino Charge did a little bit. And some of the other seasons, like they've been trying to really do some world building and trying to make sure that everything connects. But I really do like the way that Dino Fury and Cosmic Fury did it. Like I think they actually nailed the whole thing of like trying to make this feel like an actual world instead of just throwing out references just to throw them out, just to make you go, "Ooh, they said the thing." Like this feels important. You know what I'm saying? Because Nasada played a huge role in Power Rangers in Space. So, for them to be able to mention that and do it in such a way that makes it feel still a part of the world, that's actually good writing. Like that's really good. I go back to the episode of Ninja Steel where I can't remember his name, something Royale, Cosmo Royale, I believe. Who was also voiced, I believe, by was he also voiced by Campbell Cooley? I think he was. But anyway, yeah, because Campbell Cooley voiced every damn body, but especially in this era, like it seemed like he voiced everybody. But I say all of that to say that Cosmo Royale, I think that's his name, he mentioned something about Eltarian silk, just to mention Eltar, and it was the most half-ass reference, just to try to be like, hey, remember that thing? Remember that place called Eltar? It's just like that's stupid. Like that's not a real that's not a real thing to reference. You feel me? But to say something like Nasada and use it in such a way that it's like that it's influential to the actual plot of the story, even though it had nothing to do with anything, but still it just seems to pop up in the conversation like a regular conversation. Like this is a part of their world. So I like the line. I thought it was cool. I thought it was a dope reference. So back at the ranch, we have Billy looking at the squid drill and is like, hey, this squid drill is coming towards Earth and shit about to get real. Everybody's like, well, let's go ahead and handle it and, go ahead and take it out. Well, Javi is over here like, bruh, I am so sorry. Like, I ain't got no arm. I can't help you. Like, I'm going to be more of a hindrance.
I like that self-awareness and logic from him.
No, for real. And I was like, yes. Because honestly, I would have probably done the same thing. To be truthfully honest, I would have done the same thing. I'd
And
been like, yeah, I'm not going to fight with y'all.
no, and I love the fact that like he isn't trying to be like, well, I can't say the word, but like basically trying to make up for the fact that he's not very helpful. Like, you know how some people like they try to over like compensate. I cannot say that word. So, but like they try to be like,
You
oh,
said
I
it.
can
Compensate.
compensate. Okay. They're like, I tried like they try to do it all and it's like, dude, like good for you for being aware, for recognizing that like you're in a position where you really just can't help. And you know what? If anything, you saved the team by not
Exactly.
putting them in danger.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's the part that I really actually liked about
Love
Javi
that.
so far in this show. Like Javi is this is the most character work Javi has gotten in 2 episodes that he have ever gotten in Dino Fury. Like I no shade. As much as I love Down me some chance, he didn't get hardly